Welcome to another Korean lesson, and in this video I'm going to tell you guys and explain you all the most important rules of Batchim. So this is like the part 2 of the Batchim rules. The first part is I've uploaded in my previous video. I've explained to you guys the basics of the Batchim rule, which is the final consonant in Korean, and now this is the second part, and these are like the most important rule, which like I've seen many YouTube videos and nobody talks about it. These are like I have realized it and I have like got to know them after I did a lot of research and a lot of reading of the articles and how do Koreans pronounce it. I have really searched it up and I've got the idea, and then I searched about it and then these rules came out to me. Before that I didn't knew them they existed because nobody talked about them in any of the YouTube videos. So this is the video I'm going to make for you guys so that it will be easier for you to get to know about the main and most important Batchim rules. But first you have to go to the previous video I made for you guys, check that out and see the Batchim rules, the basics of the Batchim rules. Then you will get to know about the most important rules. So let's get started. So basically Batchim is the final consonant in Korean. Like in any syllable, when there is a final consonant, it is known as Batchim. Like this one, this is the Batchim of this syllable and this is a Batchim. So Batchim, whenever there is a final consonant in a word, it has a different sound. There are like 7 sounds that are basically used in Batchim, and other than that no other sound is used in Batchim. So those 7 sounds I have previously told you guys in my previous video. So in this video these are the main rules of Batchim, which are very important, so you should know it. If you have to read Korean, these rules are very important in that, because if you don't know these rules then you will mess up and you won't know how the words are pronounced. So the first most important rule is basically whenever we have a final consonant, like if we have this one is the final consonant in this syllable, this is the final consonant, this is S. Basically it sounds as S, right? So it is in Batchim. Whenever it is in Batchim, it sounds as T, like T, this sound. And so like we know this, right? But whenever it is followed up by another consonant like this ends, this is the final consonant, and now the other syllable first consonant is this one. This is the first one and it is basically D, right? So no matter whatever consonant it is basically a consonant followed up by this. So whenever there is a consonant in front of the last consonant, the Batchim rule, then it will be pronounced as T, right? What I mean to say is basically if it follows up by another consonant, then it will be pronounced as T. Then there will be a Batchim. Batchim will exist. Alright, so it will be pronounced as utta. So basically it's basically T whenever it follows up by another consonant. Now if you see over here the second one, basically another example is that if you see over here, now it was utta over here, right? Because there was a consonant follow up by this one. Now over here is basically this is the Batchim final consonant, but now the another like the follow up of this consonant is basically a vowel. There comes a vowel. If you see this one, this has no sound. It's not considered as any like sound. The sound is this one. This is the vowel, right? Now this is a vowel and this is a final consonant. So it follows up by a vowel, then it won't sound as Batchim. The Batchim rule applied over here, it is great because it follows up by a consonant, but here it doesn't follow up by a consonant, it is just a vowel. Then there will be no Batchim rule, there will be no sound of T, basically. So it will sound just the same as it did in the like basic sound. It has a basic sound of S, so it will be pronounced as S. It will be usi, like ushi, okay? it is not a word for now. Like, I just gave you an example to explain you guys that whenever we have a consonant Batchim followed up by a consonant, it will be pronounced as Batchim, like this one, T. But whenever we have a vowel in front of it, a vowel follows up it won't pronounce as the Batchim. It will be its basic previous sound that we always do. So it will be no Batchim right here. Like, it is Batchim, but still the sound would be the basic sound it has previously. So this is the main difference between a consonant following up the Batchim and a vowel following up the Batchim. So this is the main, like the biggest difference you will see whenever you read Korean and all that. And it is really confusing at first. I was also confused for a lot of, like, for a long time. But then I realized it and I just got used to it. And you will also get used to it when you will read Korean. You should read Korean article and you will see how the sounds are basically. Alright, now we have is this. Now there is a third rule as well. Now the third rule says basically the final consonant follows up same consonant. Like, this is the final consonant and the one following up, it has the same consonant, like both are same, right? Now what will be the sound of the Batchim? This is very confusing as well, but if you listen carefully and if you do more practice, you will get used to it. Now this is the both same consonants, right? So the sound will be usho, like usho, like this will be pronounced as well whenever there is a same consonant. So it will be usho, usho, right? There will not be any T sound like this, even though there is a consonant following up this, but still the same, they are the same, so that's why the sound will be S, not T. Alright, these are like the three most important rules that no one have ever told me, or I have not seen them on YouTube as well. So these are like very important and I had to share with you guys. Okay, that was for like the consonants, basic consonants. Now there is also for the double consonant. Okay, so for the double consonant there is this one is like, this is the double consonant. Okay, whenever there is a consonant follow up to the double consonant, the sound will be the main consonant. Like this one I told you guys in my previous video, the sound is always the main consonant, which is the first one always, except 3 exceptions are there. I have told them in my previous video. So like the main consonant is this one, K. So it will be ita. The sound will be K, the first consonant, okay? So because there is a consonant following up, we use the Batchim rule, which is the K sound over here. Okay, so now the second rule is basically the same, that if there is a final consonant, this is the double final consonant, and it is followed up by a vowel. It is followed up by a vowel right here. So then in that case, both will be pronounced. In the previous case, only when there is a consonant followed up by it, we pronounce the first and the main consonant, which is the K, so ikta. But whenever there is a vowel followed up by the Batchim, the final consonant, then the both will be pronounced. These both will be pronounced in that case. And how they will be pronounced, this one will be pronounced and this will just go up there, like in that, just the sound, not in reality. I'm just explaining it for the sound. So it will be ichi, ichi, like both will be pronounced, but the word will still remain the same. It's just the sound that I was going to explain you guys. This is just for the sound, for the explanation, but the word will be ichi, ichi, okay? The both consonant sound will be pronounced at that time. So this was all for the double consonant, and I hope you guys have actually learned it and it will be useful for you guys, because it is very useful for me and I wanted to share with you guys, because it is very important when you're reading a Korean article or anything in Korean. These sounds are very, very important and it really matters a lot. So just revise it, memorize it, and do a lot of practice of the reading skills. So that will be very, very helpful for you guys. And this was like my 4th video on the Korean learning series. So there will be a lot more to come in my next videos. So don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you in my next one. Take care. Bye.